Hey everybody, I hope that you're all doing well today. So this one is going to be an interesting one and I think a complicated one. So this is of course going to be the Jedi Consular storyline. It's one of my favorites actually. I think it kind of starts out a little bit slow, but I think it really turns into one of the best overall storylines in the game. And so this is Augustivus Smite. So he is a young Jedi Padawan, I suppose you would call him. He just had the greatest honor of his young life when he found out that he has been called forth to train on Tython with the other Jedi Padawans there. And he is complicated because at this point, obviously he's a little bit of a chunky boy, kind of coming into his own in terms of discovering what his own force abilities are, but has no idea at this point just how strong he really is. He thinks of himself as being sort of a mediocre. I don't want to say he's low in confidence exactly, but it's, he's just happy to be here sort of a thing. He's extremely kind-hearted, and of course very quickly he's going to find out that he's also extremely talented, and so will all of the other Jedis around him. They will learn that about him as well. Having said that, for anybody who's familiar with the Jedi Consular storyline, I don't want to go into a great deal of detail in case this would be a spoiler for anybody, but the Jedi Consular storyline involves actually using your own strength to help out lots of other Jedi who are suffering from a sort of force-driven type of a disease, sort of like a Sith-created disease, which sort of poisons the mind and turns people towards, I guess you could say, towards the dark side. I don't really remember the specifics of it, but in any case, each time you do that to help others, it does have an effect on you, and that plays into the storyline. It's already written into the storyline, but in this particular case, in the case of good old Gus here, which is obviously his nickname for Augustivus Smite, so for good old Gus here, he's going to start out just about as kind-hearted and as disciplined, as willing to be humble and make the sacrifices that Jedi have to make as anybody could possibly be. But as he absorbs more and more of this disease from the others that he rescues, it's going to have more and more of a taint on him. It's going to affect his heart, it's going to affect his personality, and we're going to slowly start to see him drawn towards the dark side just because he can't help it, because of this altruistic thing that he's doing, taking this disease upon himself. So we'll see exactly how it plays out. It's another one of these that we're just going to have to kind of do the best that we can do with individual decisions as we go along, but in the early going, he's obviously going to be a truly noble Jedi, and then probably Act 2 is where he's going to really start to turn, unfortunately for him. And the other thing that I think is relevant to this is he's going to, of course, start out as a Jedi Shadow, but as he becomes more and more corrupted by this disease, he's going to slowly evolve into a Sith assassin. He's going to change over his fighting style over to the Sith assassin. So we'll see how it goes. I've not done this before, but I think it should be pretty interesting. Anybody has any thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Just like with all of the campaigns, this one is going to be impossible difficulty except for the first two planets, those being, of course, Tython and Coruscant. I actually started this campaign a while back before I had switched all of my campaigns over to doing impossible difficulty. For anyone not familiar, impossible difficulty is what I'm calling doing this companionless. So what that means is we're going through the entire class story part of the game, so basically everything prior to the expansions, without a companion wherever possible, and when you're forced into having a companion, that companion is going to be set to passive, so they're not contributing anything, which does, of course, make the combats far more difficult, and it forces me to basically, play more intelligently, be a lot more careful, and stay on top of the gear, which I actually like. It forces me to engage with parts of the system of this MMO that normally you don't really have to pay too much attention to things like, you know, running around with the absolute best possible gear for your level and using adrenals and stuff like that. Usually the running around with a companion just makes everything so trivial. But anyway, yeah, so that's impossible difficulty. And like I said, the first few planets on this particular character I actually had already recorded before making that change. So that won't actually kick in until, I guess, probably the third planet, which is going to be either Nar Shaddaa or Terrace. I think probably I'll do Terrace first. Anyway, so that's it for the difficulty. I am, of course, going to be doing most everything. I'm going to show all the cinematics, of course, but most of the in-between cinematics, most of the fighting and traveling, I'm going to do at double speed, except for the most interesting of the combats. And, of course, by adding this extra challenge to it, I'm going to have to be staying on top of my gear and fighting intelligently and things like that. So I will definitely be doing the best I can do with that. I really like it because it forces me to actually pay attention to certain parts of the game that you don't normally have to worry about. Things like your adrenals and, like, you know, running around with blue and purple gear instead of just your regular old green drops and things like that. So anyway, looking forward to it. Hopefully some of you are as well. And like I said, feel free to share your thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm not going to be talking again throughout most of the adventure, but hopefully this little introduction is good enough to make sense then out of the decisions that we're going to make moving forward.
Ah, Padawan. I heard your shuttle arriving. I am Master C.O. Bakard of the Jedi Council. Welcome to Tython. This is the ancestral home of our order, where the Jedi first came to be, and where our most promising Padawans complete their training.
The chance to see where the first Jedi walked, train where they trained, it's quite an honor.
So eager. You and your new master should get along nicely. Your instructors tell me that even in childhood you had a remarkable connection to the Force. We haven't seen such power in decades. I was hoping your new master would be here. Yuan left her dig site and is returning to Tython specifically to train you.
It sounds like Master Yuan's putting a lot of faith in me. We haven't even met.
Trust in your initial training, and never forget the Jedi Code. There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. This is... Yuan, I was beginning to worry.
So you've arrived safely, my Padawan. I'm sorry I can't greet you properly, but we already have a crisis on our hands.
I want to know what's happening.
Tython is a treasure trove of ancient Jedi relics. Recently, our researchers uncovered several teaching holograms, but they've not been fully studied. These holograms may be records of the founders of the Jedi Order. They're absolutely irreplaceable. But a large group of flesh raiders has begun rampaging through that region. Those priceless holograms are in danger.
Is there a way to protect the holograms?
Someone must slip past the flesh raiders to recover these holograms' projectors. I intend this to be the first task of your training.
No, Yuan, you can't risk a Padawan against flesh raiders, even for such important artifacts.
A Padawan who was stronger in the Force at 4 years old than I was at 15? Gifted students need greater challenges.
So I must recover these holograms and watch for flesh raiders. Where should I begin?
The holograms are in the Gnarls. Be vigilant. That region has dangers of its own. If you encounter any difficulties, contact me on this holo-communicator. When you have the holograms, meet me at the Jedi Temple. We have much to discuss.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes. Activation protocol begins. So, after the long silence, finally someone comes. I am Garanjard. Millennia ago, I stood as a founder of the Jedi Order.
There are flesh raiders in the area. Your holoprojector's at risk. I'm here to save it.
To protect without fighting. A trait I wanted at the core of our beliefs. The Jedi may have changed, but galactic peace has always remained one of our goals. Activation protocol complete. Go well.
Activation protocol begins. Ah, another has come to listen. When the Jedi Order was founded, I, Calibrin, said we should devote ourselves to justice. True justice cannot be driven by emotion. We Jedi can set our passions aside and seek the truth without fear or favor.
The projector for this hologram is in danger. I'm here to recover it.
Then do what is needed. That too is part of justice. Activation protocol complete.
Activation protocol begins. A new Jedi comes to learn. Excellent. Excellent. I am Senden, Keeper of the Histories, a founder and chronicler of the Jedi Order. I saw us becoming guardians of knowledge and secrets. We Jedi would safeguard the wisdom of the galaxy.
Gathering such knowledge would be a great adventure.
My travels took me across many worlds, more than any other founder. I saw, heard, dreamed. Jedi seek to dispel ignorance, to understand other cultures, and bring that understanding to others. Never forget that, wherever your path leads. Activation protocol complete.
Master Yuan, I've encountered a problem. One of the holoprojectors has been stolen.
Stolen? But the Flesh Raiders don't steal, they destroy. I'll look into this. If you have the other holograms, come and meet me at the Jedi Temple. I'm sending you directions now. And please, Padawan, be careful.
Training is slow for a reason. I don't care. I'm ready for the final trial. Forge. You can't be serious.
There isn't. It's out of my hands, Kaizen. I haven't. Padawan, come in. This is Kaizen Fess, an old friend. He's here on a hunting expedition. A sacred Trandoshan tradition.
Did you train Kaizen too, Master Yuan?
Some people, even some Jedi, disapprove of my friendship with Kaizen. I wanted you to meet, before rumors prejudiced you. First, thank you for saving the holograms. The Jedi have lost enough lately without losing our history, too.
One of the holoprojectors was taken before I could reach it.
I recall, and not just one at random, it seems. That hologram is of the infamous Master Rajivari. Rajivari was another of the Jedi founders. He turned to the dark side. He betrayed the very order he helped to create.
What exactly did Rajivari do?
Details of his life are maddeningly sparse. Rajivari was immensely powerful. That stolen hologram could hold his darkest secrets. The thief is likely from Kalikori village. Local Twi'lek pilgrims here illegally. Many of them are poor or hungry.
Why are these Twi'leks here?
Religious persecution drove them from their home world. They found sanctuary here, but without the Republic's permission. I'd like you to go to Kalikori village, discover who took the holoprojector and retrieve it. But tread lightly. The Twi'leks are here in defiance of Republic law. We're forbidden to fully defend them, even when the Flesh Raiders attack. Relations are strained.
We're Jedi. Aren't we obligated to help those in need?
This is the Jedi Council's judgment. I might disagree, but the decision is made. When you reach Kalikori village, find Bashen, captain of the village guard. He knows everyone. He may have seen the holoprojector. I think meeting these pilgrims will be a good lesson for you, Padawan. Go carefully. Go to Kalikori village and ask Bashen about the holoprojector. I must do some reading. My, Rajivari scholarship is rusty.
Break out another cask, or 3. The festival only comes once a year. Our stores can take it.
Just as well. We have an uninvited guest.
I see. Festival of Awakening, Jedi. You're not welcome here.
I apologize for interrupting. Master Yuan Par asks if you've seen a Jedi holoprojector.
If Yuan Par is asking, guess we could try and remember.
A holoprojector? Yeah, I know what you mean. Nayland found one. Nen Rolic. Maybe you've heard of him?
Sorry, I've only just arrived on this world.
Nen Rolic. Our dueling champion for 9 years straight. He once rescued an entire scouting party from Flesh Raiders single-handed. He planned our defenses. Protects us when we go foraging. Without him, we wouldn't even be having the festival. And no, I am not telling you where he is. Nayland earns his peace and quiet.
If you help me find that holoprojector, the Jedi Council will hear of it. And we're generous to our friends.
Ah, you expect us to believe that?
Shen, if the Jedi offer you a favor, you say yes.
Okay, fine. Nayland went into the Flesh Raiders' territory. He's probably still there. He's been gone a while.
Then I should look for him. Enjoy your festival.
I think Nayland's got a camp out there. If you see him, tell him to be back for the feast. make a lot of noise. I come for a flesh raider, I find a Jedi Padawan. I come to listen, to think among the dead, to fight for my people. Why have you come?
My master sent me, to bring Rajivari's holoprojector back to the temple.
I'm called Nen Rolic. The others in the village spin tales of their legendary protector. They don't understand. Are the flesh raiders destroyed? No. My people aren't safe until my learning's complete. Tython's relics still have lessons. I listen. I can do things I never imagined possible. I will be the defender my people deserve.
Perhaps your studies are making you into something else.
Jedi condemn what they can't control. But you're not a concern. Only the flesh raiders matter. Rajivari's hologram showed me how to punish them. The flesh raiders will come, but not leave. A merciful death compared to what my people have suffered.
What crimes have I committed that deserve being buried alive?
There are hidden wonders, Jedi, and my journey has just begun. Now run, or die.
Padawan, I just spoke to Rana Dalven, the daughter of Kalikori village's matriarch, concerning your visit there. I want you to meditate on what you learned. Such experiences are what shape us as Jedi.
Yes, Master.
We should check that Rajivari's hologram is safe.
The holoprojector was stolen by a Twi'lek, Nen Rolic. He'd learned force techniques from Rajivari's hologram. He was obviously unstable.
A villager? Very unusual. Then this Nen is force-sensitive. Let's see what he saw.
Activation protocol begins. A few words. Shall this be all my legacy? No. My enemies are long dead. It is time. Hear me. I have left true wisdom behind. For those who follow where the first blade points, from the sanctuary of the Order, all else is fleeting.
My word. True wisdom. Padawan, he's talking about the fount of Rajivari.
Master, you seem shaken.
I'm fine. This is just hard to believe. After Rajivari fell, sources claimed he created a great archive of his knowledge and teachings. The fount of Rajivari. Generations of Jedi search for it, finding nothing. The fount's considered a hoax by all reputable scholars, but we just heard proof.
It's said to follow where the first blade points, from the sanctuary of the Order. What sanctuary?
Caleth. The ruins at Caleth. The name means sanctum. It's the remains of an ancient fortress. Evidence suggests Caleth was destroyed in a great battle. Old droids still walk those ruins today, but this first blade is a puzzle.
If it was once a fortress, it could refer to weapons that were stored in Caleth.
We have found several old weapons in one section of Caleth. Nothing like a first blade, but a good place to begin. I planned your training so carefully, but the Force has intervened. Finding the Fount of Rajivari and stopping Nayland must be a greater test.
Are you saying the Force is guiding me?
Sometimes the Force, not the Master, shapes a Padawan's trials. This seems to be such a time. You should know, Padawan. The Council tends to disapprove of such training, but I'll explain everything to them. For now, focus on exploring Kaleth for this first blade. Call me on your holocommunicator at once if you have any success.
You're Master Yuan's apprentice, right? I've heard how strong you are in the Force. I'm Fia. Padawan Fia. Still have to get used to having a title. I've just started learning about the Force. I've got a long way to go before I'm as good as you.
You seem a little old to begin the training.
Until a few days ago, I didn't even know I could use the Force. I still can't believe I'm here. Just last week, I was crowing a garbage scow on Raxus Prime. Then this scary-looking Jedi shows up out of nowhere and says that he can sense the Force in me. What are the odds?
Jedi aren't normally known for their intimidating appearance.
He's Keldor. As aliens go, they're pretty fierce-looking. I thought he was gonna eat me at first. Say, do you know Master Tython? He's the one who discovered me. I'm trying to get a message to him. Master Tython is studying a big mystery in Kaleth's ruins. Something about ancient droids attacking people? If you're headed to the ruins, would you give him this holo recording from me? I'd be so grateful.
I can take care of that.
Terrific. I can see why everybody here is so impressed with you. Here's the holo recording. Master Tython has a small camp outside the ruins of Kaleth. Thanks for doing this.
Someone asked me to deliver a message.
Watame chispa ki trita nimni tanuv. Kapola kupi de opra. Anquas nimna matasunri. Chobod I kafu anchawa. Chopting wampa la hagwa doi biska.
You seem to have survived the encounter.
Mana natu pachunki. Oi grani tampio dume donki. Cha kulkadu maji tahus hagwa upa. Crispa doe kanki kunke gupa. Do bataji moi atima.
I am more than impressed, actually.
Kulkadu choski nawi kuchuso yomata chi pompota.
Ki mada tamta chiruli ya? Noe ayuya tia chavopa. Tinkatwana che mai chuba. Tachuna kwabo nuta dubita.
What kind of damage can these droids do to people?
Ja koga huta pawada o bambaula. Ki fa gutai oto India. Ji wom tahumpa mulira wata wompa. Ji wom tahumpa mulira wata wompa. Kyoto babu banda bakawanki. Ne umpi bedwana ni bobo chopa uma. Ne umpi bedwana ni bobo chopa uma. Dwarawanki wabdaya tugaloka. Kili watabunki donko patoga lorda.
I'll get those samplings for you in no time, Master Tython.
Iliska chanaga bumpa komchinka. Wonka tuske uwana wa. Zuzaneko higa danoila. To chananga ma chai.
Yunalis kachananga wachi kospa ini kontinka.
Show respect. You stand before greatness. The first blade, I guard. It rests with the ashes of its maker, the Weapon Master.
I must take the first blade. The Jedi have need of it again.
The first blade. First Jedi weapon. From this beginning, lightsabers came. Millennia pass. Only hilt of first blade remains. Only disturbed once. Rajivari came. He proved worthy. Permitted to take the hilt. Later, returned it.
Why would Master Rajivari take the hilt and then bring it back?
Not my concern. To take the hilt, prove worthy. The philosophy of Jedi combat. Show understanding. The Weapon Master left challenges. Here in Caleth. Training droids to test his students. Find them. Prevail. The hilt of the first blade waits. Telemetry is received. All droids report your battle performance. Satisfactory.
In that case, I wish to take the hilt of the first blade from here.
Take the hilt. Treat with respect. Fight with honor.
Master Yuan, I found the hilt of the first blade. A proto-lightsaber from someone called the Weapon Master. The hilt looks as if there's data engraved on it.
Of course. The first blade points the way. Rajivari made the legendary weapon itself our guide. The Force is certainly with you, Padawan. Please bring the hilt back to the temple at once. I will look into a way to access that data.
Cha kulkadu magi tahus hagwa upa. Oi grani tampio dume donki. Wata botenya nucha nubota. Kitrita nimni tanuv. Kapola kupi de opra. Anquas nimna matasungri. Wonka tuske uwana wa. Zuzaneko higa da noila. To chananga e ma chai.
I've never heard of these Force Wars.
Chobod yi kafu anchawa. chop tingwam pala hagwa doi biska. Grula waskakwa bobana. Chichawa una chichitua. Vifa karibu utachuba naganga. Crispa doe kanki kunke gupa. Do bataji moi atima.
Clearly, the light side survived these doomsday weapons.
Ki mada tanta chiruli ya? Noe ayuya tia chavopa. Punyo blasto wonki ti atokonchi. Taiboka dunka wona wanga.
Mechanized travel is for official business only.
Hello again, Padawan. I'm glad to see you well. Master C.O. Bakarn, I was there to greet you when you first arrived.
Being greeted by a member of the Council is hard to forget, Master CO.
Interesting. Protocol was never a big focus of Yuan's curriculum.
This is Master Jarek Kaden, another of the Jedi Council. Yuan told us about Nen Rolic, the pilgrim seeking Rajivari's secrets. She also claimed the Force is guiding your training. This isn't unknown, but...
So the Force influencing a Padawan's training is quite rare?
Yuan seems convinced, but trusting blindly in the Force isn't the Jedi way. Good judgment and discipline must temper that trust. First she welcomes that Trandoshan into the temple, now this? She's getting more unorthodox by the day.
What do you make of Yuan's claim, Padawan?
Master Yuan is my teacher. It isn't my place to question her.
Indeed not. That's the Council's responsibility.
The Council has agreed to accept Yuan's opinion. For now. But I am concerned about the dangers this path is leading you through. Finding the Fount of Rajivari before Nen Rolic does is important. But so is your safety, Padawan. Be mindful.
Rajivari's hologram proves the same technique existed. Don't you see? It'll resolve that silly debate once and for all.
Skocharat mask osla. SWTOR trangis. Utapolua. Your scout pokre.
Overexcite? I'm not quite ready to... Ah, Padawan. Much longer and we'd have come looking for you. I thought you might have crossed paths with Nen Rolic again.
Wherever Nen is, he's not at Kaleth.
You said you found the first blade, or its hilt at least. Is it... May I see it? Ah, the folds in the metal. The power cell chamber. These are lost techniques. Our lightsabers began here, with this.
It's incredible to be in the presence of something so old and influential.
Lohasamar flix tulama. Morta vrapsak. Doskos Shiver scars.
I deciphered a second clue from Rajivari's hologram. To find the Fount of Rajivari, this hilt must be taken to a cave in the Tythonian mountains. The hologram says the Founders meditated in that cave. Debated. They became the Jedi Council.
They had no idea one of their number would eventually succumb to evil.
Garnis hisaknak onas. Skubiel tras. Orlakeran. Zevren zesek.
I apologize, Padawan. Kaizen's devotion to the hunt is quite single-minded.
He seems to be a gifted hunter already.
Hunting is part of Trandoshan religion and culture. Honing his skills is important. Good luck and be careful. The hologram said nothing of what might be waiting in those caves. Tython knows those caves, Padawan. You can trust him to mind your back.
Skoriak non check nakrak kovderdras. Shivert skors bakja runor. Lohasan mar kliks tulama. Morta vrapsak doska skores. Shivert skors.
That's very gracious of you.
Radosk vrapshagis. Holandal janaches. Sisjazek. Toshak lukshik bakna. Shivert skors. Zademo. Janor Forita, Bizademo Hargask, Bakavas, Gurksasek, Otrafels Kojek.
So hunting is how you serve your goddess, this scorekeeper, and increase your status.
Otrafels Kojek, Flix Tulama, Kurkunskala, Dornor Basruko, the Endekrusk, Zankalis, Morta Vrapsak.
Apparently not. Do you have any ideas?
Navrasisi, Odortikcha, Morta Vrapsak, Gretas.
It's a place to begin, at least.
Radosk Vrapshagis, Vetoskus Zarsk, Varsk Podrak, Vorgankisk.
Thanks for coming so fast, Jedi. That Flesh Raider stench was making us dizzy.
I think we've met before.
Yes, we have. Please don't make this hard. Nayland said to wait for you. You've got something he needs. He has to find this Fount of Rajivari to keep defending our village. You promised the Jedi would help us, but nothing's changed. So we need whatever First Blade you got in Kaleth.
I can't give you what I found, but as an apology, let me make a donation to Kalikori Village's funds.
That's right. You took that holoprojector back, didn't you? That could have bought us a lot of medicine.
Here, this should compensate you.
Nayland's been saying a lot of things about the Jedi, but maybe he didn't have everything straight. We should get these back to the village. That blade will have to wait. Thanks, Jedi. I guess you're all right.
Here in this cave, we Founders discussed our vision for the Jedi Order. And I, Rajivari, listened. I listened as they carefully crippled our newborn order, as they argued for mediocrity. It shall not stand. I have laid my plans. With my army made from Tython's true dark sons, I will purge this council of fools while they chatter.
Rajivari planned to assassinate the fledgling Jedi Council with some sort of army.
Only my apprentices and I will survive. From Kaleth, we will mold the Jedi into what we deserve to be. If the hilt of the First Blade has been returned, we succeeded, and the future follows the path we left. Follow, Seeker. Follow the path to the Fount of Rajivari. It is time.
Ringhods Ruk Sar,
Let's take this back to the Jedi Temple. Master Yuan can help us interpret it. Master Yuan, I believe I have the coordinates for the Fount of Rajivari.
Kaizen mentioned as much. Padawan, I just received a very disturbing message. For you, from Nen Rolic.
Survival. Mine, my villages, and yours, Jedi. Interesting to think about. You fooled my people. It doesn't matter. There's other routes to the Fount of Rajivari. Interfere, and I'll kill you.
Nen has truly fallen then, and he wants you dead. You must be vigilant.
There must be a way to save Nen, Master, or reason with him.
He may not give you the chance. You cannot risk yourself. We still have the Fount of Rajivari to find. Let me see those coordinates, Padawan. Perhaps I can get us started.
I can sense it's right, Master Yuan. So the second coordinate must be the Tythos Ridge.
Yes, those fit exactly. But that leaves this coordinate. We can't triangulate the Fount of Rajivari without it. Perhaps it's a rock formation.
With two of us, the search would take half as long.
Padawan, look. In the map's code, there's something else hidden here. A warning? The Fount of Rajivari has mechanisms for intruders. Only those who know Rajivari's path will walk through unscathed to gain his wisdom.
Rajivari's philosophies are somehow the way past these mechanisms, likely traps.
We know Kaleth was Rajivari's stronghold, and excavators have uncovered ancient computer terminals in Upper Kaleth. Those terminals might hold answers, if they weren't all locked with passwords.
The hilt of the first blade accessed the coordinates to the Fount of Rajivari. It could unlock these terminals too.
Of course. Those engravings, some of them resemble security algorithms. Go to Upper Kaleth and investigate those terminals for any clue. I'll wait here for Kaizen. We're close, Padawan, I know it.
Master Rajivari's gone. The Council survived. We failed. They'll come for us. They'll have to lay siege if they want to take us prisoner. We can't give in. Master Rajivari's fifth principle says, showing mercy to an enemy creates a spiral of destruction. We'll take plenty of Jedi with us.
Let's do a barracks.
Another Jedi today. My seventh. Master Rajivari formed an army from the allies he found past the mountains. We could sure use them now. But they vanished. Just left their servants. Those cannibals in their stupid camps.
So that's
Master
good.
Rajivari's second principle says all life is a battle, even to your last breath. But our allies didn't leave us a choice.
The bleeding won't stop. Blast it! Why did I watch Vadria's back? Master Rajivari's seventh principle said it, man. Sacrificing your strength is the path of a fool. I should have just let her die. It doesn't matter. This siege is nearly over. This can only end one way.
Master Yuan, I have the clues we need.
Oh, Padawan. Back already? What clues did you find?
The terminals held the last words of Rajavari's apprentices.
So the Jedi besieged Kaleth after Rajivari tried to kill the Council, and his apprentices held the line all by themselves. Remarkable.
I think I have everything I need. Should we focus on getting to the Fount of Rajivari?
Yes, and when Kaizen brings us the final coordinate, you can... Wait, where is Kaizen? It's been... How long was I working?
I could go and find Kaizen, just to make sure he's all right.
He mentioned the waterfall caves, didn't he? If Kaizen has the last coordinate, you can triangulate the Fount of Rajivari. There's no time to waste, Padawan. Go, and may the Force be with you both.
Did Nayland hurt you? I can try to treat your injuries. You're still a person, Kaizen, whether you have a score or not.
Radosk Prakshakis, Vetoskus Zarsk, Parsk Bodrak, Vorkankisk.
Kaizen, Master Yuan has been at the Jedi Temple for hours. Nayland must have used some force trick to make you think he was Yuan.
Skuriak Nunchek Nakrak, Kovgentras. Shivert Skars, Patja Runur. Rag Oras Tajaba, Kur Unskala, Oreflex Rajo Raunor, Do Unskka.
Then I shouldn't waste any time.
Dosk Janga Rasjak, Shivert Skarsk, Gus, Zonkelis, Korra, Dornor Basruk, the Endekrusk, Zankalis, Morta Vrapsak.
No further, Seeker. You come here unpurified. It is an insult to Rajivari's memory. Rajivari's apprentices were flawed, but they walked the fire and were reborn.
Skocharad Mask Osla, Svetod Trangis, Uttapolua, Yorskau Pokret.
Only a personal sacrifice will show your strength and resolve, Seeker. Will you be purified by flame?
No. How can sacrificing my strength make me more powerful?
Then Master Rajivari's teachings have guided you. Go forward, Seeker.
You made it after all. I hoped your head would be Nayland's trophy by now. I came here to prove myself to Nayland, but the traps... It doesn't matter. You're the enemy. If I can still hold a blade, I can stick you in the heart.
That makes you my enemy. Sparing you will only lead to greater destruction.
Ah, a disciple of Rajivari after all. Go now. You've earned the right.
Zadi Mohargask, Bakavask, Gurksasek, Otrafelskojik.
I will not die without a fight.
Of course, here is the other. Seekers of forbidden knowledge always have their pursuers. If you came for Nen Rolic, he has been and gone. So much is fleeting. But I remain. And I remain the man I was. Rajivari.
What precisely are you?
Janor Foita, Zadimo, Ragorant, Rakilurglex,
Your pet is brighter than he looks. When my body failed me, I refused to become one with the Force. How could I? The Jedi were still imperfect. Here, in my laboratory, I had refined certain devices. I could give one chosen apprentice decades of experience in a day. An apprentice to become worthy to carry my vision.
Your wisdom and knowledge were preserved through you and these devices you created.
I have waited for new acolytes. I believed Nen Rolic was a suitable candidate. But disappointment. Nen walked through the traps instead of solving them. He suffered greatly. Now, Nen is changed.
Can anything be done for Nen?
Possible, but doubtful. I miscalculated. Nen's mind wasn't equal to the wisdom he demanded. I have made not a successor, but a monster. Nen will not remake the Jedi. He wishes to destroy them and everything else on this world, beginning with the Great Forge, where lightsabers are made. Without the Forge, the Jedi lose their martial power. You must stop Nen before he destroys it.
I thought you intended to destroy the Jedi. You attacked the Council.
I sought to cleanse them, to begin anew. Nen wants only ashes. That weapon won't suffice against Nen, but you carry the hilt of the First Blade, an old friend. Simple procedure would convert it to a working lightsaber hilt, and perhaps a crystal from the Forge caves to power it, given its age.
I appreciate your guidance, Master Rajivari.
Pass through the caves and seek the Forge at the mountain summit. Stop Nen, this abomination my knowledge has created.
I understand what's at stake, and what you've made. I'll find him.
Go. Stop Nen before he destroys the Jedi Order. Someday, I will see it saved.
Dornor Basrum, the Endekrusk, Sankalis, Morta Vrapsak, Skojarad Mask Osla, Svetod Tranis, Utapolua, Yorskam Pokret.
Rajivari instructed me. I have the crystal. I think I'm ready.
Rag Oras Tajaba, Kur Unskara, Orvex Rajo Raunor, Do Unskka, Vetoskus Zarsk, Norsk, Tajaba.
Fitting that it's you, armed with the last lightsaber this forge will ever make. Look at him! Another Jedi to nod and preach and do nothing while the Flesh Raiders ravage our home. I know Rajivari's secrets. Horrors that the Jedi, this Jedi, have been chasing, and only I can protect us, our families, and our future.
Whatever future you'd create for Kalikori Village would be tainted by what you've become.
Nayland, he's done all right by us. You keep saying the Jedi are the enemy, but he's not.
I did this for all of you. If you can't see the danger, I'll show you myself.
Nayland, I don't want to kill you.
Then don't fight back.
Skojarad Mask Osla, Svetod Tranis, Utapolua, Yorskam Pokret.
Let's have this done. I'd forgotten the smell of my own blood. I yield.
You beat Nen Rolic? Please, you're not going to kill him.
That decision isn't up to me. I should consult the council first.
But we still lose him. The village needs Nalen's help. How are we going to keep it together?
Relying on others to protect you makes you weak. Remember that.
We could always depend on him. Maybe we pushed him into becoming this.
We can carry Nen to the temple, Master Jedi. He still belongs to us.
Ringhods Ruk Sar, Brakva Grenok, Lurkachos.
Perhaps not, but this is a beginning, not an end.
Rasmukresare Oglok, Branderhorsk, Skuvjeltras, Ortargorsk, Garnax, Organkisk.
I don't believe in this scorekeeper. How can I be her herald? If you truly believe I am this herald, I'll do my best to live up to the name.
We've been waiting for you, Padawan. You've already met Master Jarek. This is Master Satil Shan.
I've been treating Nen Rolic. The pilgrims who carried him here told us of your battle. Remarkable.
I would have brought a peaceful solution if I could, Master.
Peace is the ideal, Padawan. But there is no shame in defending yourself.
Seems we have much to learn about the villagers. Perhaps we should rethink our position.
Enough, enough. Padawan, the Fount of Rajivari, you actually set foot there? Please, tell me everything.
Master Rajivari himself spoke to me. What was left of him?
You saw a force apparition of Rajivari? This is extraordinary.
Seems you may have been right, Yuan. I apologize. To you and your Padawan.
No longer a Padawan. He carries a lightsaber. He has proven himself. I have only one last question before his training is complete. At the moment, Nen Rolic is resting in a kolto tank. When he's well, what should become of him?
Nen proved he has great strength in the Force. Maybe he has a future with us.
And bring reconciliation between us and the villagers. A sound idea.
We judge you ready to accept your place as a Jedi. Yuan, if you would.
Before this council, I take from you the title of Padawan. I name you a full Jedi of our order. Honor the past. Work for the future. May the Force be always with you. You've done so well, my student. I'm...
Master Yuan?
Come away. Yuan, can you hear me? Yuan is resting comfortably for now. It seems she's suffering some kind of illness. I can't lie to you. Her condition is grave.
We have some of the finest healers in the galaxy. Can't we treat her?
You knew Yuan was ill and didn't inform us?
The Endekrusk, Sankalis, Mordavrapsak.
Now I see why she was so devoted to my training.
We're sending Yuan to Coruscant. Our researchers there have been recovering artifacts from the first Jedi Temple. They may have something to cure Yuan. Take a shuttle and join Yuan on Coruscant. She will need your help.
I'll do everything I can to make her well.
Lohasan Mar Klix Tulamba. Mordavrapsak. Boskos Shiverskors.
Meantime, assure Yuan we will be studying your discoveries about Rajivari. Some of the claims his apprentices recorded bear investigation. When you reach Coruscant, go to our embassy in the Senate Tower and find a researcher called Atros Finn. He'll be expecting you. Good luck. To you both. And may the Force be with you.